on. That's what I said. Remember, I said, what are you talking about? I said, well, Tucker chose a retweet by Elon over going anywhere else, and I think it was a good move because Elon's got 160 million followers. Boom, that's a great place to be. And then he aligned himself with Trump, right before the debate. They're going out with the video, got a few hundred million views on Twitter. And then yesterday, Trump's being asked about Tucker. What do you think about a VP option? Trump said, seriously considering Tucker Carlson for VP, okay, as a VP. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see that.
That's very interesting.
Fascinating.
That's fascinating to say the least, right? One, what do you think about it? Two, have you thought about who would be a possible consideration for you as a VP?
Yeah, so I think Tucker actually could be very interesting as a choice. I mean, I think that's he's one of the smartest individuals I've met when it comes to understanding the soul of our country, and is, despite the establishment media's attempt to paint him as some sort of right-wing caricature, he's not actually a partisan figure at all. I mean, I think many of his positions defy partisan orthodoxy. He's an independent thinker, and I think could help rebuild. I think he has already helped rebuild trust in this country, and so I've been grateful for the relationship. I haven't known him for nearly as long as others in the world of media or politics. I've only gotten to know him in recent years, and particularly in maybe the last 2 years. But I think he's a thoughtful individual. I'd want somebody in that role. Depends on what you want in the role. For me, if I'm looking for an advisor and I want it in that role, I think that he's not a bad choice to be able to put in that role and actually be thoughtful about it. I think that there's a different role you could have for your VP, which is also an executor. And so there I might be thinking about somebody coming from the private sector. I mean, Elon Musk he's not a natural-born citizen born in the United States, but I think he would be an outstanding partner to have to be able to do the thing that I just talked about right here, right? Which is 75% headcount, odd numbers go, or even numbers go, doesn't matter, whichever one. Cut number one, cut number two. I mean, he's a guy who's actually done it and understand, and has also built things up from scratch. And I'm an entrepreneur. He's been, I've been more successful than most. He's been more successful than all, so including me. And so I would want, the rule of thumb for me is, it's how I built my businesses, it's how I want to run this country. Who is better than me in each of the domains where I'm going to need it? Okay? I want to pick the areas that I'm already the best at and still find who's going to be better than me. And that's how we're going to have to do this, not just at the level of the VP, but some of the most important positions like the Office of Management and Budget. It's like the CFO of the federal government. You want somebody who is deep in their understanding of actually the flow of numbers and the flow of money. Who's going to run the Office of Personnel Management? Somebody who is going to be unsparing in their assessment of who's actually doing a good job and who's not. It's like the HR department of the federal government. And so for me, it's going to be who's going to be better than me in each of those positions.
Would you choose? Let's just say, because let's go there.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a conversation, maybe even yesterday. So, okay, you know how Super Tuesday, hey, Biden's number 4 in New Hampshire or whatever, number 3. Kirk and I were talking about this in Vegas, and then all of a sudden Warren drops out, Buttigieg drops out, everybody drops. We're all getting behind Biden. Wait, what? He was losing. What do you mean you guys are getting behind Biden? Well, the establishment, maybe Obama called the shots behind closed doors. Buttigieg's going to get this job. This guy's going to do this. Warren, you got to do this. Boom. Everybody, get in line. Boom. We're getting in line. And they're very unified, right? It's not the case with Republican Party right now. You just called that the establishment, which means, let's say the day comes. Let's play 2 scenarios. Right. One scenario is Trump is not running. Okay. One scenario is Trump drops out, which it's not going to happen. But let's just say he does. If it does, that he is not running, he had a massive event right before the debate down the street, a couple miles down the street. If he's not running, Mac is not going to go behind Haley. Mac is not going to go behind any of those guys. Okay, let's combine them together. Say Haley picks up Christie. Let's just say if Haley picks up Christie, he picks up Tim Scott. Maybe they all go behind Haley, or maybe they go behind DeSantis. Okay, MAGA has a choice on who to go behind. Who do they go behind? Are they going to go behind you?
Yeah, I mean,
is it going to be a split between you and DeSantis?
No. I mean, DeSantis is not part of the America First movement at all. I mean, I think that he's just described him to put himself out as a different type of establishment politician.
What percentage
There's
of
two
MAGA do you
America
think
first.
goes behind you, though? What percentage of MAGA goes? Do you think 80%
Look,
plus?
I think that it's a matter of earning the support
Sure, of
our
course.
base, and
Right.
the MAGA base and the America First base will choose the next president. I'd like it to be over 90%. I think that, I'm representing the ideas that the MAGA base represents.
Okay.
That's the answer.
So
And that the America First base represents, putting the interests of this country first. I want to take that to the next level.
Right.
And so my view is, America First is going to outlive Donald Trump. I mean, it's going to be
Finally
a
got him.
defined. Nice, well done.
Yeah.
I like that.
Go for it.
I like that.
That's the watching Karate Kid helped out, but go ahead.
I like that.
Yeah.
You got the agility. It's
Miyagi-san.
yeah. I might need you. We need
I
to
think
think
I
about
got it.
catching bureaucrats in the federal government. I want people who are better than me, right?
That's so well
That's
done.
good. No, I want
Yeah.
people better than me, is what I said.
For
So
those
that's
of you
good.
that didn't see, Pat just caught a fly. He's not just taking
It
swipes
was a
at the back
mosquito.
over
It
here.
was a mosquito. I saw.
Well, go ahead. You were saying.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that
90%.
there's two America First candidates
Right.
in this race. The America First movement will outlive Donald Trump into the decades yet to come. Okay, so my view is that it's going to require leaders who understand what that's all about, who are outsiders, who have the capability to actually execute that and translate that to action. I think it helps to have fresh legs and be from a different generation. So in this race, there's only one person who fits that description. There's one America First candidate on that debate stage 2 nights ago.
Okay.
That's
and
me.
It's you.
And
Okay.
that was dead obvious to anybody who watched it. And I think I would expect and hope to earn the support of that base to lead this movement forward to the next level.
What I loved seeing when every debate happened, first one, when
I need to
there's
say something right now. That's not just in that scenario, right? That's right now. I want to earn the support of that base in the next several months before the heat of the primary voting season
you're talking
begins.
about MAGA. You're talking
The
about
America First base.
I got you.
Absolutely.
Let me-
Because, as I said before, America First does not belong to one man. Does not belong to Trump. It doesn't belong to me. It didn't belong to Reagan.
Sure.
It belongs to the people of this country. And so you're asking about that scenario. I'm saying the whole race. Nobody is going to become this nominee without the full support of the America First movement behind us, whoever that nominee is going to be. There's only two people in this race that I think are eligible to do it. That's Donald Trump.
I don't
and myself.
disagree. But let me go a little deeper. So first debate, I was there in Milwaukee. During the break, nobody would come talk to you, right?
Yeah.
You were kind of like, who is this guy? Well, you don't belong up here. Why is this guy here? He's going to be done anyways. I don't know how he made it. Second debate, you kind of tried to, at Reagan, try to be like, hey, let's bring their party together. And you're like, nah, they're not going to do that. They backfired and attacked you, right? And then third debate, you're like, no, here's what we're doing. Boom, 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 boom. But in the first two breaks, you guys got 3.5 minutes. Like, so you got 3.5 minutes, go do what you're doing. And you, for the first two breaks, you talked to DeSantis for 90 seconds.
Oh, you were watching? Oh, wow. You know more than I did. And he was standing next to me.
Yeah. But you went to him, which is kind of, by the way, that's a sign of somebody that's willing to talk. So you guys are hashing it out, and then you're going to go talk to him. What was that
It was
exchange
half
like when you approached him?
disagreements.
Okay, got it. So that's what you're talking
We were continuing
Got
some
it.
of the, I told him I disagreed with the law that he passed in Florida on.
Don't tell him this on stage.
Yeah.
And what did he say to you?
He said, well, and he was giving his
Argument back.
he was giving his argument back, but I already knew it.
Super friendly, though. It sounded like you guys having a civil
Yeah,
conversation.
there's no conversation. At a certain point, he walked away.
Yeah, it sounded like he walked away. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
law in Florida?
The SBB law. So disbanding students. Disbanding. No. Disbanding student groups.
The Palestinian, the whole
See,
thing that he talked about it on the stage.
Yeah, we talked about it on the stage.
Okay.
I just think that if you go the direction of the government deciding what speech does and doesn't go, pretty soon they're going to say, if you question the vaccine, you're a bioterrorist. If you say a J6 peaceful protester shouldn't be in prison, you're an insurrectionist terrorist. That's where this is going to go, and this road never ends well.
The question I was asking was,
I know I disagree with you on that.
is DeSantis a possible, like, would you consider him as a VP if MAGA goes behind you? Because you've said a couple
I
things
need to
favorable
drill
that I
down-
think
yeah, so I need
you're
to-
being strategic here.
So no, I need to drill. To tell you the truth, I need to understand what his capabilities will be. He wouldn't be the advisor type, right? Tucker Carlson would be the advisor type. He would be. He would be a guy. Can he be the guy? Elon would be higher on my list, but Elon is ineligible constitutionally to do it. But DeSantis, could he be the guy who gets in there and guts the bureaucracy, that 75% headcount reduction? Can he see that through and use the skill sets that he's gained as governor, knowing the executive branch of the government to do it? that would be the question I'd want to get comfort with, and if so, I think he could be an interesting candidate.
So here's what's crazy. Somebody could watch this and they could say, what an insult. Who the hell are you to think you get to choose DeSantis as your VP? He gets to choose if you can, this whole ego thing. But let me just make my point here where I'm going with this. Look, I think in the next 3 to 6 months, I think 2024 is going to be the year of chaos. I call 2023 the year of investigation. I think 2024 is going to be the most chaotic year of our lifetime, okay? Our lifetime. I don't know if we can say our because we have some people that are older than us at this table, but I'm going to say our lifetime here, Tom. We're not talking about you. I'm just kind of putting it out there.
Tom has more wisdom.
Thank you very much.
Respect, yeah. So here's kind of where I'm going with this. There's a few guys that are saying, okay, one, what are they going to do? What they're trying to do right now with Article 3, of him being insurrection, they're trying to get rid of the fact that he can't even run and silence him and all this. Okay, so that's one. Okay. The 91 felonies, set them aside, but the one thing they can do, that's why these guys were brilliant to say, no, call it an insurrection. This is our way to get him to never come back and mess with us. We don't have to worry about that guy. Let's just say he's out. If he's out, we could wake up one morning and you're at 6.3%. We could wake up the next morning and you're at 49%. And it could be like this. It could go, right? But the part I want to go right now is, as of today,
and I think, and I just want to be on clarity on this. I think that would be sad for the country if this is the way they play out, is try to eliminate this man. And that's why I've been against.
We're on the same page.
But chaos is chaos.
But at the same time, you have to, as a
you got to be prepared
player,
for all
you got to be prepared for all scenarios. Okay,
absolutely.
So 2 is wild card, black swan event. They do something to the man. He's not one that's not in the public. He's always out there talking. You saw what a few people have said that's possibility of what could happen to him. Okay, they take him out. I mean, the level of temperature in the U.S. is going to go to a whole different level. We're hoping that doesn't happen at all. Hasn't happened since Reagan, and we're hoping that doesn't happen. 3, which is the most likely thing that happens. He is the guy, okay? If he is the guy, it's a different scenario for being a second-term president, which is what he would be. He can only go 4 years. Yeah. So he has to be thinking about a person to bring in to be a VP that's really going to be the next 2-term president. So you're not bringing the person in that's going to be, just a Mike Pence type of guy. I think it'd be a mistake if he hires a Mike Pence type of personality. It's going to be somebody that's going to be vocal like a flag carrier role. You're going around young doing the part. So a lot of people are thinking Kerry Lake. A lot of people are, thinking different names. And Tucker's down the conversation. For you, you've said you only have interest in one, is what you've said. You only want to be the guy that's the leader. But if the opportunity rises and comes to you, that could be 12 years of what you could do. Let's just say that opportunity comes. Because you have to know, a guy like him, he hasn't taken shots at you yet. Mm-hmm. There's not been any shots.
We have a good relationship of mutual respect, actually.
For sure, and that's felt. But to me, if that happened, would you actually entertain the idea?
So, I'm not a Plan B person. I'm in the phase of this campaign. I just want to answer with total candor, but it's just my brain does not work that way. I didn't get to where I am in life by having Plan A goals and then setting up your bifurcated backup plans on the important things, right? On the unimportant things, we'll have some plans. If I don't go to lunch here, we'll go to the other place. Okay, that doesn't matter. Yep. But on the important things in life, when you're guided by your mission and purpose, you set out and you accomplish Plan A, and if you fail, then you figure it out then. But I'm not a guy who has, I'm not saying this boastfully, but I've built successful businesses, right? I built a, multi-billion-dollar company that got multiple drugs approved through a broken bureaucratic FDA process, challenged BlackRock, built business. I'm 38 years old. I'm running for president right now. My wife didn't get to where she is she's a successful surgeon, lived her version of the American dream, one of the best in the world at what she does. We made this commitment together as a family, at immense sacrifice, with one purpose in mind. It's not even winning the presidency. That's just a step along the way to reviving this country and our national soul. All right, that's what we're dedicating the next phase of our life to. So we didn't do that to pursue a Plan B path along the way. And so I think it would be fake to just sort of say, under any scenario, I'm not going to run in 2028, or I'm not going to, if I don't win or whatever. I just am not going down the track of Plan B.
You're like an athlete taking a game at a time. This is what I'm doing. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay, fair.